I was saying what the guy said because I found it funny. The guy was just like, "Is that Bravo?" Went, "Ha ha ha!" And he's like, "Oh, what kind of bullshit was that?" I'm just like,
Bro,
"Yeah,
I thought
dude.
you were hating. Almost had to kick you. I was
Nah,
like,
nah, nah."
kick you out.
Oh, you can you even kick me?
I could kick you out of my head. Just not pay attention to you. Boom.
You already killed this shit.
That's even worse than yeah. Virtue's arc done. Just like that.
No, how
Don't you
dare
dare.
you? All your hard work.
That is very true. That is very true. I have worked a little bit too hard. I'm cooking a little bit too hard. Burning, you could say.
Oh god, it's burnt now. Help.
Help me. It's burnt. I was burning a little bit with this one. I had to take a step back. I went, wait, this is way too much. Because I was getting to like 13, 14 patients. Like, I don't need this much shit. And cut like half of it out.
Oh my god.
I just started yapping on pages. And I was like, nope, you don't need to. You don't need to do that. And so now it's only 4 pages.
That's crazy. I'm really. I was just telling Jordan earlier. Like this session, I hope that it's. I want information, but if I have to have some sort of world-ending thing happen in this session, I'm gonna tweak.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm gonna be.
Why would I, of all people, give you some sort of conflict? I can't. I don't think.
Doesn't seem right, you know.
No, this is like, that like wholesome slice of life, like friendship is magic, like.
Totally.
Imagine that's actually how you're gonna defeat the final big bad, Friendship is magic. You're gonna talk him out of it, obviously.
Oh god. For real.
Okay,
Yeah,
ouch.
just die.
What if that was what it was, huh? Huh?
I'd be surprised.
With everything that I've done, you wouldn't think that I did friendship is magic as a main theme. Come on now.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was how we defeated the creator, but defeat this guy? Nah.
Wow.
Nah.
Wow.
Okay, but like the creator though, like how I see it is
Midas, this isn't you.
Midas.
Look at me.
Oh god.
I
didn't say I was gonna try and fix him.
I'm sorry, Virtue. I think we're gonna have to kill this guy.
No,
Good.
Rock Crusher,
Damn.
this isn't you. I'm surprised. I should have pulled that card last session. Fuck. Missed opportunity.
Rock Crusher, this isn't you.
Rock Crusher, this isn't you. Stop. You're not the dragon that everyone thinks you are.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, bro, I'm him.
Sure. Whatever you say. Anyways, are we ready to get it going?
I
Sure.
guess.
Ari, are you ready?
Don't act too fucking sad, bitch.
Yeah, I am. Damn.
Not to you. I would never. Only Henry. Last session.
Don't worry, guys.
Whoa, don't say it like that. Last session.
Okay.
Do you have something to say to me?
You set yourself up for that one.
If you have something to say it to my face.
No, nothing.
Okay. All right, bitch. I'm gonna Last session, you all cut off Maverick's arm. Woo!
Yay!
To stop something that you still have no idea was or was not actually there, but Maverick definitely does not have an arm anymore. I can confirm that. But you got Maverick a prosthetic arm from a little marketplace, one of very few in Vows. Thankfully, you found one from the used to be mountain blades, but now turned into steel blades. Then you went by the church to grab your gift from your very, very long quest that you got put on by Quinn. And in order to get there, Creed said, yeah, we're gonna need all hands on deck. And yes, you did, because Virtue had a panic cap and almost died from looking at a picture of Ace Jurgen being dead in the hallway. Or not in the hallway, but his spirit showing that he's dead somehow. And then something pretending to be Seer trying to attack all of the party while they were sort of vulnerable, as in they couldn't turn around in this hallway, and it turned into some sort of loop. Eventually, this spirit was killed, and you all successfully made it out, claiming all of your prizes that you got, which was done off screen because it would have taken too long, and it did. And then once you all got out of what Creed called the hallway of the dead, he confessed saying that he, was being a bit too vague, and he feels that he needs to, actually tell you what he knows. That's the short of basically what he said. So that's where we're going to get drawn back in, as I will just reiterate. I know more than I was willing to admit to you, Virtue, about all of you. And I thought I was protecting you by keeping it away from you, but it seems that I'm being more harmful by not telling you anything. Well, that stops now. Though there are too many listening in right now, and I must ask that we do it more privately. So if you wish to learn most of what I do truly know, please come to the confessional hall. He gives you all a small smile before turning around, before letting any of you answer him. What would you all like to do?
I guess
I want to
I'm
follow.
gonna follow.
I want to know.
Yeah,
Follow
okay,
him.
fine. I guess we go.
I'm pulling out my notes.
Otto, what is your passive perception?
Give me a sec. I'm gonna go look at my sheet. My passive perception is a 11.
Okay. You don't see anything specifically, but I will say that entering back into the church, you do notice that there are a lot more people in here than before. But you don't recognize to be living people. You recognize them all to be spirits that have started to linger in here. A lot more than there was before, but...
Question. Do they have any certain reactions or emotions? Do they seem angry? Do they just seem a lot what's the main feeling I get from them?
Make an investigation check for me.
Okay. That would be a 20.
Most of the spirits that are in here right now, they all vary in race, in age, and gender. Most of them seem to be sad, melancholic, you could say. There don't seem to be any aggravated or aggressive spirits. But something that I will note now that you're looking a little bit deeper into it is that you do, most of them, all of them, you don't recognize, except for one that has very short, wild hair, androgynous clothing, and innocent look on their face. You do recognize this to be Nux. The only difference is that their eyes are covered in the best way I can describe it as their own skin. Just as Maverick saw before they turned into a corrosion, it's like their body or their skin is dripping still from this sort of liquid pox into their eyes, and they cannot see. But you do see that. So
I don't know if it works on spirits, but I can telepathically talk with somebody. So, if possible, I want to just say that I'm sorry to Nux. And if Nux, and I'll be probably looking to see if Nux reacts to it or not.
I'm going to say that your telepathy would not work on a spirit.
Okay. Couldn't hurt to try.
But so you're all going to the confessional.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So you all enter a room that you do know exists because you have investigated the church-ish before. To the left of the stage, there is a room going off the one that you saw Creed go into. Entering it, it seems to be just a pretty sizable wooden room with two confessional booths along one edge of it. One of them seems to be occupied by, the man, myth, legend himself that told you all to come in here. Creed is in one of the booths, and it seems that the other one is sort of open, but it doesn't seem that he's there because the curtain is drawn and he is speaking to himself, but it doesn't seem he wants to see all of you. So what would you all like to do?
Is there a little confession booth?
I was gonna ask.
There is
is
not
it
one to fit all four of you.
Okay, so it's more like
Cram
you
in
each
there.
have to take turns.
If that's what you want to do.
I'm not normally the one that's like, guys, I want to jump in first, but
I mean, shit, if Virtue's jumping, excited to figure this out, go for it.
I guess I'll have a virtue. Go in.
Step into the booth.
Yes, step into the booth.
It's quiet for a bit, but then after a second, you stepping into this booth, it's just big enough for you to barely stand and for you to barely sit. But there is sort of this mesh lining so you can see to the other side and see Creed. He's looking down, definitely, and you can't see him very well, but you can see some of his expressions, but not a lot. And you see that he has his hands together and he's looking down at them. And he says, "Please forgive me, Virtue. I may not have done a great amount of sin, but I've definitely done one of lying to you."
Oh, he's confessing. It was usually the other way around.
I can't say I didn't have a feeling, but I'd appreciate any and all honesty now, sooner than later.
Earlier today, Elena came to the church because she thought that I would know if you were in the city or not. I didn't say yes or no, but I did tell her to go to the graveyard, thinking that you might be able to help her. But seeing as she's not with you, I can assume that it did not go very well.
She didn't even seem the same. I don't know what's made her resent me, but she ended up taking Cadence, who was the one I was protecting at the time.
That's what someone obsessed with that poison will do to you. I'm assuming that she's here to, from what she told me, stop Azrael the best way that she can, but I don't know if she knows the full reason behind what Azrael is doing. But I believe that you, all of you, as he's saying a little bit louder to all of you, should know what he is planning with that poison. It's from a person, but if used directly from the source, only the person it came from can control it. So it was taken to Erebus, the plane of the Creator, to manipulate who can control the poison. This poison has been sort of bunched up to be transported from Erebus in 2 large shipments. One that has already gone to the Spades, and the other one that will be shipped at a ball being held in a few days. And with it, it can be used to control basically the rest of the changelings, as it does not need to be injected, just consumed in this round. And if that is consumed, you see him sort of pulling something from underneath his cloak, and it's a little piece of paper. And he sort of slides it underneath the door to the people that are outside of the confessional. When I sent Asriel the warning letter, the one that you all saw in that box, he sent this back to me. Would you like me to send it to one of you and you read it, or do you want me to just read it for you?
Probably just read it out loud.
Okay, who
I
is...
was gonna say I could do it.
You want to read the letter? Let me send it to
I'll
you.
read it.
And if it's grammatically incorrect, it was totally not my fault. I wasn't the one to write it. And Creed sort of stays silently while you, Maverick, walk over to pick up this letter off of the ground.
Okay. Dear Sir Tyra, I understand what you are trying to do. You're giving me a warning and an antidote to get me to stop. But what you fail to realize is that what I'm doing isn't just out of selfishness, with control over those untamable changelings. I can use them to help all of Vaus. The Guardian told me about the reset, and the only way to beat a Guardian is to use part of it against itself. Whether then is magic or a body part. I learned from you that the corrosions are part of her Lolian. Lolian?
The lion. That's Creed's name.
The lion. Oh, okay. I can use them to survive past the reset. And the more people I help, the more the world will believe me to be their god. I will succeed in ruining the world under one name, the Bonafets. You got close, it failed, and people still grovel at your feet for it. I want that. I need that. I already destroyed my prophecy, something you still can't manage. So why would I ever listen to you again? Your time is up, old man. Don't get in my way, or you'll end up just like your daughter.
Wow.
I'm not being selfish, but I want people to worship me like a god.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Interesting. Maverick's face is like, she's just like,
Wow. What a
Thinking
sounds like
emoji.
a kind man. Wow.
What are you guys talking about? He seems like a great dude to me.
I think we're gonna have to kill this one.
Good.
Thank you.
Huge.
Very deductive reasoning. I like it.
The Rockrushers probably just said that, and everyone's just like, yeah, that sounds alright.
Just probably like gently nodding their heads, being like, yeah, real.
I think it's the quickest we've ever agreed with Rockcrusher about killing a person.
Mm-hmm.
Continuing.
So,
Right.
not willing to listen to me, and seeing from the bottom of that letter, it seems that He's not going to. And my family is to suffer for it. Though they already have. And this is where I now get to what I must confess to you personally, Virtue.
Mm-hmm.
You are very smart. I know that. And I know that someone has not been helping, hiding certain facts from you. As you just see Lilith sort of fizzle into existence in front of you in your confessional booth. So, not to say anything bluntly, but the person that I have tasked you to help you was your mother, Virtue.
Your mother.
And I am your father.
Pause. I know.
I
Oh
am
my
your
god.
We
Oh
knew
my god.
We knew it!
I called it out so long ago.
Oh, okay, I know it's not in character, but can you imagine if Virtue actually did that fucking
Oh
bust?
no, that's what I said. Out of character. Pause. Oh my god. I've been waiting for this moment.
I know, but can you imagine if Virtue
For so
actually did
long.
that?
For so
Imagine-
fucking long.
I'm imagining Virtue fucking busts out of the confessional and goes into fucking
That's
Creed
it.
side.
That's the
I
only
knew
thing.
it!
That's the only thing she lets Creed say.
They're all just like, what is happening?
I didn't know you'd be this excited. What's going on?
Oh my god. No, I had to comprehend how the fuck Virtue's gonna react to that. Cause like I know how I personally am reacting to this. I'm fucking ecstatic. I knew it the whole time. But Virtue?
Yeah, good luck with that one, Chief.
Oh boy.
We all started spamming in our group chat, just like
I was
freaking
starting.
out.
I was starting to tweak as soon as you were like, "Now I have things I have to confess to you." Like, that's why I kept muting. 'Cause
Yeah.
I started tweaking.
I literally sent a gif of just Darth Vader, I am your father. But then you went and mother first. I was like, fuck, no, my joke. And then you went father, and I was like, god damn it.
He still got it.
Still got it, but it wasn't the first thing that was
Breathe
said. That's what
in,
disappointed
breathe
me.
out. Jesus Christ.
Whew, okay, we got this.
This is the pride, the eco boost. Let's
Mhm.
go. Hold on, need to lock in.
This guy owes you a lot of child support money.
Does that count if his wife is dead? Exactly.
Okay, hold on, Claire. I need to ask a question because like this is something I've been arguing myself with is if virtue at all because I've deducted the whole Creed being my dad thing from little subtle things he's done and also from the NPC list and from how other people have been like, oh yeah, you're so much like your fucking dad. I'm just here like, excuse me, I don't
Right.
even know my dad. So
You're
do
just
you
like your
think?
father.
Do you think Virtue could have had an inkling? Because I don't want to act out of character. That's why I hate having information outside of what my character knows. But in the same time, I'm not sure if I'm just overthinking it.
Well, I'm sure there was an inkling. It might have not been like fully solid, but then when he was like, Lilith is your mom, you're like, wait, Lilith is my mom and you are married to Lilith. Does that? But you probably had a little inkling. You're not dumb.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it the moment.
He was not being nonchalant. Lilith was not being
Yeah.
nonchalant.
Yeah, no, I definitely. Okay. Because I was going to affect it. Is it like going to be like, oh wow, or is it going to be like, okay, I didn't.
It's not full shock.
Okay. Um. I can't say I didn't have a small theory, but okay.
Your mother died during childbirth of our second child. Thankfully, that child was saved. Your sister.
You have a sister.
Her name is Arena.
Oh my god, these are more things I called. Oh my god. I'm tweaking. Yes, okay. And what happened to her?
This is a little bit of a story, but it has a point, I swear. I met your mother after I had been revived from the critical reset. But because of my nature of being some sort of reborn spirit, I myself could not have children. However, we were gifted fertility by my, I guess you could call him father, Quinn Lockwood. Not by blood, but he, at the time, wanted me to call him that. He gifted us the ability to have children. However, after Lilith had died, he showed up. He looked at Lilith's body, our children laying in her arms, and he slowly turned to me. His body no longer that of a man that taught me everything I know. He said, I was stuck in the interdimension for 1,153 years because of you and your friends. What gave you the idea that I would ever let you see true happiness again? And then I felt a Bakuzo's claw around my body and a Bakuzo's tongue around my throat. His detached jaw swung so wildly that it almost hit you and your sister, and it caused you to cry from your mother's arms. It was like he had become that monster again, the one that first escaped from the cave, and he bellowed. The only reason that I let Lilith carry children was to see your face when I ripped them all away. And the last thing I heard was you and your sister's cries before he took me away from the only family that I ever had. And I could not protect you or your sister from the harsh world that Vals was. You both ended up in orphanages, different ones. And I don't know why. I have theories, but no concrete evidence. But the governor had his eyes on both of you. He took you in, but let Arena grow up on her own for the most part. But I don't know if this is for a fact, but I'm sure her disappearance has something to do with him as well. I tried to stop it, but I couldn't disobey Quinn again. But when Quinn Bo took control for the first time in over a century at the Queen Luna's crowning, the first thing he did was allow me to see you again. And I knew where to look because he had told me that you were all on a mission to each of the leaders, and your last stop was the Iron Blades. And I believe, I don't know if this is true or not, but I believe that your sister is the cure, Virtue.
Um, that is a lot to process. I Do you have any idea where she could be?
Somewhere where Asriel can keep her close. But if your true goal is to stop him, then I believe you should take care of those shipments first. I've had Lilith try to find her, but she can't. It's somewhere that neither of us can get to. But I'm sure that you could find your way there. I'm sure. It will just take time. More time than you have. But I'm sure you could do it.
I'm just gonna say I'm speechless, so I'm gonna say that Virtue's speechless right now because I'm trying to figure shit out. Holy.
Creed.
Can the rest of us hear this?
Yeah, you're all in the room. You just can't see
Okay.
either of them. He's in the box. Creed will sigh, and all of you will see and hear him stand up and step out of the confessional box just to walk around to the other end of it. And Virtue, you see the door slide open, and Creed is standing at the entrance of the box that you just entered. And he doesn't look at anyone else as if it's just you two and Lilith in the room. And he sort of kneels down to where he's eye level with you. And Lilith, who's been speechless this whole time, flies over and sits on Creed's shoulder. And Creed will slowly reach out to his blindfold and carefully untie it and hold it in his hands. And beneath his mask, you see his scarred face that you've only ever seen once before. One eye burnt and destroyed and hollow, and the other a perfect copy of yours. And now you know exactly why, though this one is aged and tired. Virtue, I couldn't save my wife, and I don't know where my daughter is, but I can still save you. And I promise to never leave you again, not like others have. I understand if you do not wish to accept me as your father, and I will accept it. Only if you come to me for help from now on. I'm just happy that you've found people that you can trust. And he looks over to the rest of you three, just ever so slightly. All of you seeing his face, his true face, for the very first time. He gives a small smile, and his one remaining eye wells up slightly with tears, but he refuses to let them shed. And he slowly brings the blindfold back up to his eyes, reluctant to put it back on. After all of this is over, whether we all end up dead or alive, I will spend an eternity of stillness making up the time that I lost in your life, Virtue. That is one thing that I can and will promise.
Man, okay. How close is he to Virtue?
He's like within 5 feet. Like you could like touch him if you reached out, but he's not like in your personal space.
Can Virtue hug him?
Of course.
No, you can't actually.
No.
No.
He vanishes.
Not
It
allowed
wasn't
to-
real. You.
Yeah, Virtue wakes up.
I'm schizophrenic.
He wakes up. But you see he's kind of caught off guard a little bit. But eventually one arm starts stroking your back and the other one just is put on the back of your head as he sort of like gives you a tight squeeze. His body he's very cold to the touch, and he's very skinny. There's not much flesh to his bones, but his embrace is still warm to you. And Lilith as well, though a spirit, you see her sort of like hug around your shoulder the best that she can, just patting you as well, just as Creed is.
Oh, cute family hugs.
And he tightens it ever so slightly before reluctantly letting you go. And standing up and looking to the rest of you three. If you all wish, I do have things about you as well, but this was the biggest sin that I needed freed. As he steps back around to his side of the confessional booth and he sits in it and closes the door. What would you all like to do?
Who wants to go next?
Gotta say, I don't think any of us can really top that one.
No, not really.
Oh, no. I think we need to process for a second.
I need to. You need to process.
No, I mean, like, no, I mean, okay.
Oh my god.
We haven't had a long rest as well, so I think Virtue's still like nearly dead as well.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't. Okay,
What is my health? Oh yeah, 85. You know, I'm not that bad.
Okay.
You know what? I'll go in next while you guys process all that.
I'm gonna go over to Virtue and give her just like a pat on the like shoulder and I'm gonna give you 20 points of
Love that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You good, bro?
Bro, no, I'm not good.
Yeah.
They have Virtue
You're
lost the
very,
accent.
very comforting.
I'm just gonna hand you the Tiamat. Just take a moment.
Pig is now
Even better,
actual
wait a minute, just have
familiar.
Arrow.
Emotional
Both of them.
support cat.
Yeah, it'd be funny. You just see Arrow just hop off Otto's shoulder and walk over to Virtue.
Tiamat sort of Virtues, you are taken as you walk out of that confessional booth. You sort of, I'm assuming you just go to a corner and just plop a squat.
It's just sit on the floor.
If I can, if I'm, you know, gauging what your character would do correctly, and we could say that Rock Crusher sort of places Tiamat on the ground, and she walks over to you and then curls into a ball on your lap and just starts to purr and sleep. You know, a cat doesn't necessarily look like she gives a shit, but you know, it's cat. It's a cat, and cats help the best that they can.
I think
And-
cat purring is the best healing.
Yeah, and as Otto walks into the confessional, you also see Arrow jump off and walk over, or I guess trot
We got
over
two
to you
cats.
as well. You have 2 cats now. Congratulations.
Oh my god. Yes.
Probably need it.
You're getting jumped by cats.
Cat healing. Yes.
Cat healing.
Oh shit! Hold on, I need to. Otto, give me a second. I need to pull something up.
Oh, wait a minute, I don't like how that sounds.
So I have all of I just need to make sure I have all of my key info straight because I was on the info for Virtue and I need to get the info for you. Okay, come on.
Oh, yay.
Yay!
Yippee!
Yippee!
Work out, guys.
Okay. I've locked back in. I was like, I had to make sure that I was doing it the right way. Okay. Otto, you step into the confessional booth feeling alone because everyone else is with Virtue. So you really feel that it's really just you and Creed. You can, just as before, see him on the other side of the confessional. And again, he has his hands pressed together and he's looking down at them. And he says, Otto, I don't have any personal confessions to you, but I am the apprentice of someone that does have some things to say. Will he say them? Of course not. Quinn isn't one to show certain emotions, so I guess you'll just have to trust or believe that I'm telling the truth. Whether you want to is up to you, but this is just things that I wish he would say to you.
Okay.
Your pact is dying, Otto. This is something I'm pretty sure you knew before. But the reason is not because of anything you're doing. It's because Quinn is getting... You see him, stop for a bit and wince a little as if it's physically hurting him to say this. Not like guilt, but physically actually hurting him.
Mm-hmm.
Quinn Lockwood is getting weaker.
Let's go.
The closer to the reset it gets, the more unstable he becomes. And he has to pick and choose what he needs to focus on.
Mm-hmm.
And though he won't admit it, I know that Quinn cares about you. Because if he were to release his pact with you, then you would go back to Midas, and he would have your soul again, and it would be much harder to lose it again. So he's keeping his pact alive, though obviously it's less unstable. He's trying to help by slowly giving you your organs back, so it's less of a hold on him. But it's not pretty. And if he continues the way that he does, his ugly trait of not trusting anyone else for help, then it's not going to work out well for either of you. Especially because there's something else lurking. I don't know what it is, which scares me. Because I know spirits that follow. I know when guardians are hovering over my head. But it's a new feeling that I have whenever I'm with you. One that I don't recognize. As if something else is looking over you, tracking you and trying to see what they could do to get to you. I don't know if it's for good, for evil, but all I know is that Quinn's ties on you are weakening, and something else is trying to gain it.
Mm-hmm. Why does it seem? Why would someone want to gain something like that?
Because you're you, Otto. You're part of the fire starters. The group of people that are being watched constantly by the most powerful beings in this world, in this plane, even beyond. It would be so powerful to have a Fated Tide member on your side.
But out of everybody, why me? Is it because I'm dealing with a weakened pack?
I don't know. Maybe it could be your ties with Quinn. Maybe it could be just you. But it definitely has very little interest in the others. Maybe Maverick, but definitely you.
Mm. Not the most reassuring feeling.
I know. And I wish I could be reassuring. Well, I guess if anything were to happen to your pact, if he loses all control on you and you have no other option, then I could try my hardest to help you. I promise it wouldn't be a bond with Omega. It would be a bond with me.
And there would be no influences from Omega, because though you are tied, I feel like that it could lead to influences later down the line.
Omega has a lot less of control of me than you might think. At one point it was much stronger, but let's just say that the Sheer Blades aren't my tribe.
Alright. It's a lot more reassuring.
I won't let you die, Otto. Not that easily.
I apparently like to come back. I'm about as bad as a cockroach, so I don't think I'm planning on dying anytime soon.
It seems that you are hard to kill. So better make this a reoccurring thing.
Well, I'm planning on it.
Just be smart. Because you might have to choose how much you trust Quinn very soon.
Quinn's never lied. At least not to me. So I have no reason not to not have faith in him.
And the world will test that. But as long as you believe in it, that's all you need.
Right. I'll make sure to keep an open mind.
Good luck.
Thank you. And with that, if he has nothing else to say, I'll most likely leave.
It seems he has stopped speaking
Yeah.
with you.
Alright, I'm gonna dip and go over to the rest.
Virtue, how are you feeling?
You know what? Feeling pretty good. Been writing in my notes.
Can you make a wisdom check for me?
Fuck!
I said check, not saving throw.
I'm still gonna say fuck. Yeah. My dice are being difficult. I'm gonna roll the dice you gave me, Jordan. See if they're nice. Ooh, they are
Get
nice.
like a 1. Oh, shit!
Oh. What did my dice do?
24.
Oh.
I got a 19.
Oh, that's almost a nat 20.
Well, Virtue, as you're sort of sitting there silently thinking about everything that has gone on, not really paying attention to what Otto was talking about with Creed, really in your own head, You, as you're like sort of daydreaming off, you see a glint or a flash of something from the corner of your eye, something white. And looking a little bit closer at it, trying to see if, going a little bit crazy, because could be, you notice that in the corner of the room, leaning against the wall, is the Static Man that you have seen way too much for it to be a coincidence again. You see that he is leaned up against the wall, one of his legs propped up, and his arms are crossed. It doesn't look like he's mad. It's just he's looking at you. And when you look at him, even though he doesn't really have a face, it's just that static white image in your head, you just feel... Okay, you feel something. It's the best way to describe it. And you feel something... let me make sure I'm thinking about this right. You feel something in your left hand. Just a little pulse, as if you're feeling your heartbeat through your left palm. But it's up to you of what you would want to do with that feeling.
Probably cut your hand off, I reckon.
No.
I mean, I only did it once.
I'm guessing my left hand doesn't look visually any different.
Looking, make a perception check.
I don't like how that was worded. Okay.
I had to think about which one that would be.
Perception. That's going to be a 19.
You look at your left hand, and it doesn't feel, or it doesn't look like anything's different. The more that you look at it, the more that you also feel your right hand also have this like pulsing sensation. And ever so slightly, though not much, you do see on the backs of both of your hands just a small glint of light pulsing off of the back of your hands. But as soon as it appears, it disappears as well.
So it's like a flashing light?
Just a
Kind of,
one
or-
little flicker of light. It's not like
flicker,
a
okay.
pulsing flashing, no. But what would you all like to do?
The confession booth time.
You all go to the confession booth.
I want to go to the confession booth. I would like Maverick to go next if Rock Crusher doesn't jump to it before she does.
No, you can go for it.
Okay. All right.
You
well,
go. I'm making
Are
a
you
stew.
sure?
He's,
You're making
he's
a stew.
cooking.
Oh, what are you cooking?
Stew.
Well, what kind of stew?
Meat stew.
Jesus.
Meat stew. I approve. Okay, she's gonna go walk into the confession booth.
I nearly put my hand in the bag of devouring first. Just quickly stop myself. Wrong bag.
Oh, rats. God, mixed up my two eternally powerful, or I guess not powerful, but my two fucking bags of shit. Put a label on them.
The good bag versus the bag that fucking kills you.
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, Maverick, you step into the confessional booth. Your heart beating as if, you're about to get told that your entire life was a lie. Those are just internal thoughts. Yeah, that's not...
That's what she's prepared for.
Hey, man, I didn't say it, but that's definitely what you're feeling right now.
You find out you're adopted.
Maverick, you're not a fire genasi. No, that's...
I'm a weird ass tiefling. No.
Mm.
Please don't. Please,
I would... No,
please.
Please. Maverick, would you
Hello.
want to call yourself a fire starter?
Well, I don't know. I've
No, you're making the
Um,
confessions here.
I never thought about it. I didn't. I just the people that I'm helping. I don't know what's gonna happen after all this. But I mean I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have an answer for that.
How much have the rest of them told you about the involvement of gods and guardians in their lives?
Well, I can't say I know much about Rock Crusher. I know Otto went through a lot. Um, I know more about Otto than I do Virtue and Rock Crusher combined.
Well, I guess then what I have to confess to you is things that the others have not. The group
Okay.
that you have stumbled upon because of whatever reason were all chosen.
Mhm.
They were chosen by each of the guardians and the Creator's children, Quinn and Quasi.
Okay.
Rock Crusher was chosen by Demis. Otto was chosen by Midas. Virtue was chosen by the Creator. And
Okay.
a man previously known as Harlow was chosen by the brothers. This is the exact same thing that happened to me back before the critical reset. They choose their quote-unquote main characters to follow to keep them entertained until the end in a reset. Though with mine, it was incidental. With yours, all of yours, it is very purposeful. And
Okay.
the more you spend with this group, the more that their eyes will follow you as well and make you another character for them.
Okay.
And I think I know who wants to choose you. Though the last person that they did choose ended up washing ashore dead in front of his lover and his sister. Quasi has his eyes on you, Maverick. And I don't mean Quasi Bow.
Okay. Oh. Um. Can I just uh shoo him away with the squirt bottle?
Sacred flame, sacred flame, sacred flame.
You could definitely try, but I'm afraid that might entice him more.
No.
So, Maverick, soon you will have to choose if you want to stay with them. But if you do, you will become a fire starter. And you will be under just as much as they are. But thankfully for you, you still have a way out. Though that door is slowly but very quickly closing.
Okay.
I won't say which one is for better or for worse, better for you, but I also won't say that you will end up alive by the end of it. As I'm sure you've
I
known
won't
from...
be alive.
I'm not going to promise that you will be alive or dead. So exactly how much are you willing to sacrifice for these strangers? That is what you need to think about. And that's what they should have confessed to you.
I see.
Whatever you do choose to sacrifice, it will be more than just an arm. So you choose to stay in the stillness or cause it. It's up to you. But that is all I have to say to you, Maverick.
Thank you. Hold on, I need to process. I need to. Think about something really quick. Hold on. I need it.
Maverick walks out of the confessional booth just a bit stunned in the face, not moving around much, stunned as a statue. What would the rest of you like to be doing in this time?
You good over there, Maverick?
Yes. I'm fine.
I was gonna say it looked like you saw a ghost,
I'm fine.
but that'd be ironic. Would you like to come sit and pet the cats?
Uh,
I think we all need cat therapy right now.
I need to.
Virtue more than anything.
Judging by how it's gone for the rest of you guys, I'm not sure I really want to go in there.
Just
I need to take a walk.
okay.
Take a hike.
Just a walk.
Well, all right, we'll be here. Take your time.
Yep.
Maverick, you can either DM me where you want to go or just give me an idea of where you're headed.
Library.
Make
Lord,
it an
me.
make an investigation check
The library, you say?
to see if you can find one of those.
Yeah, in vows.
Well, I thought there was like something where there was a lot of books in the church.
Oh, you can look around the church.
Around the church, I meant.
Okay.
I thought you mean like you're just gonna walk out and find a library. I'm like, where? Why wasn't I know this?
No.
How dare I not know about this? But I have a
Yeah.
question. If I walk back to where I saw Nux, is Nux still there?
Yes. I mean, on the same spot, but Nux is still in the church, yeah.
I'd probably want to walk over to Nux and be like, and like quietly just say Nux's name to see if they'll react.
Okay. Give me a second. Give me a second. Sorry, I'm typing something. Okay, so Maverick is going to check some books. Otto is going to Nux, Virtue, and Rock Crusher. Is there anything you want to do before we start with you guys splitting off just in the building a little bit?
Am I not going inside?
Of Queen, if you want to, you can.
I feel like I kind of should. Yeah, if no one's got anything else they want to do first, I'll go into the booth.
Sounds like Rockcrusher's reluctantly going into the confessional booth.
Reluctantly curious.
Curiously going into the booth. And Virtue, what will you be doing?
I'm like, I'm debating. So he's missing his arm.
The static man just does not have a left arm. He hasn't had it from the very beginning of like your very first time seeing him.
Okay.
If I've
You
failed to
said he had
announce
his
it
arms
before.
crossed, so that's why
I'm
when you said
sorry.
Arms crossed. I'm like, oh wait, so only one arm is crossed.
It was like his left arm was dangling and his right arm was like underneath his armpit being held up. But then he took it out and waved at you.
Okay. I'm curious if I put my hand out towards him like a handshake, obviously for his, the proper. I put out my left hand so that he would not.
Jesus.
Guess what does he do?
Okay. Can all of you roll a flat d20 and we'll just do that randomly, see who will go at one time. And while you do that, I'm going to quickly use the restroom.
Go piss, girl. You're welcome.
Huge.
Well, it's a 14.
I get a 2.
Oh, that's sad.
I got a 19.
I got a 7. Okay, let's write these down. Let's write these down in order. Okay, for clear. D&D rolls. So you got Aro, 19, Maverick, 14, me, 7. Rock, you said 2?
Yeah.
Wow, I have a good
Yeah.
memory.
Jordan, I'm curious, how's Maverick feeling right now?
I don't know.
Yeah, I have to say, I know, you're in the same shoes as I was. I have to put it out there, is I believe Virtue has said little things, but, between either almost being made to kill myself, PTSD, constantly being wanting to be, murdered,
I don't remember if it was alluded to whenever joked about their whole trauma with Midas. I feel like it was actively told that Midas chose Otto. I feel
Yeah,
like that was
I
part of the
believe I
conversation.
remember telling Maverick at a point that we were chosen by Guardians and that, or at least that Guardians were
Yeah.
very involved. I'm pretty sure that was said.
Yeah, that was a conversation. I remember
Yeah.
because Otto was like fucking dumping for shits and giggles as a joke to Maverick about, yeah, I was picked by Midas, died, got tormented by Midas, and that Otto went through all that. Poor Maverick was like, oh my god, what the fuck? And then Virtue had to be like, okay, before you think we're just a bunch of fucking insane people that go through shit, there's a reason behind this.
Yeah, I believe it wasn't explained in, because one, I mean, technically we weren't even sure if you were going to get picked by anyone. You were kind of just there.
Yeah.
Possibly you could die, yeah, but I think
Maverick
Virtue would
knew
have
that she could
that.
Maverick
Yeah,
knows that
sorry.
there's a possibility of dying with the work that she does.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, hi, we were just talking about how Maverick was kind of already alluded to the fact we were picked by
Yeah, okay,
gods.
so yeah, we were basically trying to figure out how creators is like, yeah, I guess I'll tell you what they didn't tell you. I'm sitting here, I'm like, okay, I feel like we said some of those things.
Hey, Creed was talking based off of what Maverick told him, and Maverick said, I haven't been told nothing. So
Well,
Even though
Maverick,
she
you a
was fucking
bitch.
lore dumped.
But yeah, no, because we were talking about how Otto dumped their entire story to Maverick, and Maverick was horrified. Virtue also explained a little bit of like the how we were chosen, but it was very brief. And then, of course, then after that, Virtue was smacked with every single thing from being broken up with over a letter to all of this bullshit
Nah,
to
it's
Ace
fine.
overdosing to PTSD,
Panic attack,
nearly
family
dying,
drops.
panic attack. Yeah, like okay, Virtue has every reason here to have forgotten a couple things. Anyway, in D&D rules, I put what we got in order.
Ah, perfect. Gotta love it. Okay, so Rock Crusher gonna be blue balled a little bit until you know all of until I dump shit on you too. That's the amount of time. Anyways,
Well,
Otto.
yes.
So you walk over. Are you trying to be sneaky? You're just walking over and quietly saying
Just
her
walking
name,
over.
saying their name. So you walk over to them. They obviously cannot see. They cannot see. Their skin is drooping over their own face. But as you say their name, they sort of like whip their head over a little bit, like perking up a little bit and like turning over to the sound of their voice. And you see them sort of like looking very confused, still not being able to see fully, but it's like, Otto?
Yes, it is.
What was that?
No idea.
The electric eraser. I'm sorry. I saw it light up on my thing, so I'm gonna mute now.
we already know this does that.
Well,
Anyways,
sometimes it does it, and sometimes it doesn't.
Shut the fuck up! Sorry. Oh my god, that was so mean. I didn't mean it.
I'm sorry.
No, my bad. Anyways, Nux sort of quietly like sneaks in, that's not the right word, leans in to where they think you are. It's close enough, you can move a little bit to be directly in their line of sight.
Yeah.
And they say, am I dead?
Yes.
Oh. I had a sneaking suspicion, but I didn't know that it was right.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I knew that it was going to happen. I saw what happened to people with that illness, and I guess I was just unfortunate enough to have it happen to me.
You didn't deserve this at all.
It's really fine. I was gone long before I actually died. My mind went blank basically after I went into the quarantine ward. I know that that Joker, I think, the leader of the Spades, he came into the quarantine ward or the cell block, I don't remember when it was, and was telling us that we were going to get permanent assignment, whatever that means. But the last thing I remember was him giving something to me and then me being out of the cell. How did I die, if I can ask?
If I remember correctly, Rock Crusher had finished you off. And to make sure that your corrosion self didn't infect others was burnt to ash.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. Ace always told me of how violent he can be.
Hey, don't be mean.
Oh, anyways,
He was trying to kill us.
I I didn't want to kill you. I genuinely wished I could have put you in the realm until we could find something for you and Ray.
Is Ray okay? She's not here, so she's alive, right?
Ray, when you had died, Ray had attacked Virtue. Out of a panic, I had banished Ray. I had banished Ray for too long, so Ray is back where the corrosions belong. So for now, I believe she is alive.
Well, I guess that's better than being here. I know from speaking to them that all of these spirits around us were once corrosions as well. Most of us, at least. So as long as she's not here, then I can spend an afterlife happy.
I hope that I'll be able to save Ray and not fail like I did with you.
Is there any way that I could be useful? I know that I didn't really do much before, and I mean, Ace has told me that I'm kind of just a walking person, just talks a lot and doesn't really assist much, but I want to help the most that I can. I don't know how much I can do as a spirit, but I know things. I think I know things that I could help you. You just tell me what you need.
What can you remember, if anything, during your time? What if, I don't know how long you've been around as a spirit, but have you seen anything out of place or anything that's different?
Scene.
Heard anything out of place?
I
Felt anything? Smelt anything?
tasted anything different. I can't be that useful with seeing things that are out of the ordinary, but I remember that I first appeared, or I could start hearing again in the graveyard. I'm pretty sure that's where it was. And when I left, I could hear things. It was like I was back in that transportation wagon. I could hear the groggling and the gurgling of corrosions, but they were intermixed with regular people. They were talking to a corrosion and it was talking back. To me, it sounded just like a bunch of gargles as if underwater, but they would have a conversation as if the other person didn't even know. I also, I remember before in the cell. Yes, in my cell with whoever I was in the cell with. I remember Joker talking to us. There was this guy that I was with who they found out wasn't actually injected and just got tossed in there on accident. And they said that they were going to take him to the Ace of Diamonds. No. The Ace of Spades. He's taking him to the Ace of Spades to test out this new thing that they had just gotten earlier that day or something like that. And they said that if it was successful, then they wouldn't need to do the injections anymore. I remember that. Not much else, though, from that time.
I know, I think I have an idea on what they were testing. Alright, that's really good information, Nux. That means a lot. You did great.
I hope so. I hope my mom was buried. I wouldn't be able to see her, even if she was.
I'm sure she is.
Right. The Ace of Hearts. The Ace of Hearts.
Mm-hmm.
They protect us. Protect us. But with that, we'll move over to Maverick. Maverick. Roll an investigation check for me. Maverick!
It's fallen down a well.
Forgot I'm music. I forgot I was muted. I got a 21.
Okay. Looking around, you end up heading to sort of this quote unquote second level of the church. It's not necessarily like a second floor, but there do seem to be some upper seating levels so you can look down on the stage. And you end up going up there because you don't really see jack shit here. You do see the murals on each of the walls, like on the walls and on the ceiling, which I won't explain in full because it'll take too long, but I can send you the descriptions if you want them again. And you sort of like, damn, I'm connected to that now. But you end up going to the second floor and you find a kind of private study area-ish. It seems as though most of the books are not like organized on the shelves very well, as if someone blind works with these books a lot. But there is a very small, like maybe half a bookshelf of books that you can skim and scour through.
I'll take a book.
Looking for anything specific or just a book?
A history book.
A history book. Can you roll another investigation check for me?
I got an 8. Dear.
You got a what?
An 8.
Okay. You don't necessarily find a direct history book. You see something that looks to be a vows, a history book of like vows, or like it's a history book of the world, but it was printed and approved by vows. But you can definitely read it if you want to.
No. Are there any other books that maybe pique her interest?
That pique your interest?
If there's like something that looks interesting.
There seems
Like,
there seems to be a picture book about how to enslave a population.
Sounds like your kind of book.
A light reading.
I have one of these. Okay.
At the bottom it says for children 10 to 14.
Okay.
Start them young, I guess.
Gotta teach them young, I guess.
Is there anything else in the room that's like interesting with her 8 investigation? That looks important.
With that investigation, no. But if you would like to try one more time, then I'll allow it.
I'll try one more time. I think 17.
17?
17 plus 6.
Okay. I was like,
Um, 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 23.
okay. With that, you do, as you pick out the book that is about, the picture book about saving a population, behind it you do see a history book. You do.
Oh. A proper history book?
Proper
Okay,
history
I'm gonna
book.
pick it up. Pick it up and read it.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you, I'm gonna say one thing, and something that I'm trying instead of just yapping to you about things that you might not care about. With your investigation check, ask me a question, and I'll say if it has it in your history book.
Anything about the torch blades in particular?
There does seem to be a little bit of a section about the torch blades. It doesn't go extensively into their history, but it does show their involvement in the Elemental Alliance.
Okay. I want to read that.
Okay. It seems very, very vaguely. It mentions that the torch blades and the coral blades used to hate each other. They hated each other a lot, all the way up until the dragons started disappearing from the world. Because, the dragons were a really big ally of the Torchblades, and the dragon turtles were a very big ally of the Coral Blades. And as they started disappearing, they both started blaming the other side instead of looking off to other ways that it could have, been affected, obviously the other person's to blame, no one else. And it was very deadly, let's just say. And both sides ended up almost being completely taken out from it. But thankfully, due to reasons that it doesn't really touch on, it seems that after all of the tribes sort of were brought together during the time dated 0 ACR, also what you would have known just in any history book as when the critical reset happened, when they all came together and they all banished Quinn Lockwood, they realized how powerful they could be together. And so specifically the torch blades, the coral blades, the pine blades, and the cloud blades all were like, let's get tight, is the best way to describe it. They went, if we get together, we can be powerful. And they were sort of like the starting reason as why Warthrock Sadar, someone's great, whatever the fuck, grandfather, that might be here, a dragon, tried to take over the world. They were the first ones to be like, let's all band up and let's kill him. And that's exactly what happened. And then most recently thing to happen is that the Burrowing Blades joined the Elemental Alliance when Spine Gresh took over. And that seems to be it. It seems to have stopped writing about like half a year ago. So it doesn't really say much about like very, very current events, but that's definitely what it says. But nothing about like specifically the actions of the Torchblades.
Okay.
And you can ask, with the 23, it's pretty good. So you can ask me one more question if you have anything.
Okay. Maverick is very hesitant about doing anything like this, but there's like an itch in her mind, and mine.
Mm-hmm.
Can she maybe find, not in the history book, but if there's anything that's opposite of like, or like the area that would kind of connect to Harper in some way?
Okay. Around, definitely nothing in a history book.
Yeah.
But around the room, you sort of just like look. It's the best way to describe it. Just look for any signs of this guy who you now know has been here recently.
Mm-hmm.
And you find this book about paladins in the Shira Blades, or just a small little writing piece. You don't know where, like, it's just scattered around this little area with all of this stuff. And it doesn't say a lot, but it basically just is like almost like a confessional writing where it says, like, "Forgive me, Father Son Seeker, for I have sinned. I am a paladin, very devout in my oath and my faith, and yet here I am finding myself looking for the truth in the spirit, or in the Shira Blades. I know it is wrong for me. I know that the guardians will no longer bless me. I know that my prayers will no longer be answered, but it's what I need to do." It doesn't it's not written like Harper would. It definitely isn't his handwriting. It's just a random ass person, but it's someone saying, "Hey bro, I'm a paladin. I know that God's gonna be pissed at me for trying to follow the Sheer Blades, but I'm gonna do it anyway." But that's really the only thing you can find. Nothing from Harper specifically.
Okay. Well, I guess that's all I could do.
Virtue.
Ah, yes. Hello.
Virtue. You stand up and walk over to the static man, and you see him sort of lift himself up off of the wall. That's an odd way of saying it, but push himself off the wall and stand up straight and a little bit like on edge as he's looking at you, and you hold out your left hand to shake his right. And though reluctantly, you do see him stretch out his right hand to yours as well. And he like reaches back a little bit as if very reluctant to touch someone's hand, but he does clasp his hand into yours. Can you make a wisdom saving throw for me?
Okay. At least I'm okay with these. It's gonna be 24.
Okay. In your hand, from that same spot that you saw that spark of energy, you feel your hands sort of just start to burn, is the best way to describe it. And similarly to the static man's, you feel, and when he holds your hand, it feels like it's someone else holding your hand. It doesn't feel like an illusion. It isn't warm, it isn't cold, but it definitely, you can feel the pressure of someone holding onto your hand. And it sort of holds on tighter, as if it's sort of like reflecting and like shaking around. And you see on the back of your palm sort of this indent of an image start to form in your hand as the static man first releases his hand. And for a second, the static hand goes away before reforming again, and he holds it close as if he was in pain. And in the back of your head, you can hear the sounds of a man screaming in sheer pain. And it feels as though your hand should be hurting in this pain as well, but it seems that you've pushed past it. Though the static man definitely like takes a step back and no longer wants to hold your hand, but is not leaving.
Did I recognize the voice at all?
Make a history check.
Mm. Where's my history? It's gonna be 16.
With a 16, you recognize this voice to be someone that you have met before. I'm trying to think of how much you can gauge from just a sudden sheer noise. It is definitely someone that you've heard before. It is definitely someone that you've interacted with quite a lot. But that's all that's all you can really gauge from just a scream.
Like, assuming a lot of these things are happening simultaneously, I feel like Virtue would try to not like whisper, but kind of like that quietly talking, like, I'm sorry, and kind of like see if they seem to respond. Since it seems like we're more physical now, we can touch more.
From the way that he's reacting to you, or more the way that he's not reacting to you, you don't believe that he can hear you. And you see him sort of like his head moving as if he's like almost shouting something from the way that his head is like jerking, but you also cannot hear what he's saying either.
You know what? I'm gonna pull out my notebook, like the book that I've been writing in. I'm gonna go to a clean page, and I'm gonna write down in larger letters than I normally would. Um, since some features seem to be, I'm guessing smaller features on him are harder to see, but larger features are, besides like his face.
Sure.
But that was more of a question.
Smaller features is in like you see the general outline of his body, but most of it's covered by a glow and still that fuzzy, staticky outline of his whole body.
You know, assuming you can't touch things I can touch, but we could. I'm sure it's weird. I'll try and write just basically as large as I can, probably long ways instead of it going from the normal. Just sorry. I'm like I try to communicate this, and just show it to them.
As you show it to them and like you hold up the piece of paper, or I guess the piece of your journal, you notice that on the palm of your hand, it seems to be like burnt bad. Like you didn't feel any of the burning, but on the palm, it looks like you got like third-degree burns on the inner part of it. Definitely didn't feel any of the pain, but definitely looks like it. And the static man just tilts his head at your... He's looking down at the sign. You can tell from the way that his head is positioned downward, even though it doesn't have any eyes. He's definitely looking at your paper and he has his head tilted.
Find a way to communicate with this strange static person. I guess after holding it up for a bit, is my so do I still feel the heartbeat in my hands?
Just in your left one.
Just in my left one now. Okay. I guess after holding it up for a bit and I guess, waiting for whenever they pull away. I'm not sure. But over here, like, what the fuck did you just write to me? I'm gonna close the journal, and I'm kind of just gonna study what they do. I'm not sure how I can interact with this person without causing them pain.
You see, after a moment, make an insight check.
Yippee!
Play Fortnite and drink cola.
Yippee!
32.
Gotcha. So you sort of sit there and you study what he does, and specifically what he reacts to as you see him. I'm just going to explain like what he does and then how like the emotions after that. You can tell from the body language. You see his hands still clutched to like his chest, takes a curious step forward towards you again, before his head peeks from something of interest behind him as he turns behind him to look at something. And you see his body sort of like crouch down and like his body like shrinks in on itself as he frantically looks from that to you and then back to whatever was behind him. And he quickly, you see him like, I don't know how to like describe the movement, but as if he's reluctantly moving and he's reluctantly running away, as if he wanted to continue to sort of investigate, but whatever it was that was behind him forced him to run away. And from your insight check, you can tell, though you don't know like who this man is, what like his body movements are normally, but from the other times that it seems he has run away from you, it definitely seems to be out of like fear. And the way that he crunched in on his own body seemed that he was trying to like crunch in and hide and just try not be seen. And he vanishes as he runs into a wall that he can't see, but I mean obviously is there. With that, we go to Rock Crusher. It's your time.
Oh shit, for real?
Oh shit. Definitely for real. You step into the booth with everyone now doing their own things. Virtue technically still there, and you can decide if you want to listen in or not, Virtue. But you also, just as Otto, feel as if it's just you and Creed. And you haven't really had a lot of time alone with this guy before. But, you know, that's beside the point. You know, making memories.
So true.
And he says, Rock Crusher, you have had quite a journey so far. I didn't get to see all of it, but from what I did see in Zathrax, it was a lot. Turning into a few dragons and whatnot. But something that we do both have in common, though it doesn't seem like much, me being an elf and very skinny, and you being a dragon and not that. Though I admire him, I do not like Quinn Lockwood. I mean, he's the reason I was separated from my family, and I could never forgive him for only letting my children be born to prove a point to him. Are there nice parts to him? Yes. But it's the bad that's the more powerful. And you seem to be the one person that doesn't trust him. I know from back when I was first actually alive before the critical reset took place, the person that we all feared wasn't the Guardians, but it was Quinn. When he first emerged from that cave and we first heard of this creature called Quinn Lockwood, he destroyed the nation. He did not care the people that he had to kill. He found it fun. He laughed. He chuckled. He let the creatures of Ducks come up and kill as many people as they want, because he knew that none of us could do anything about it. Now, that has changed ever so slightly, with him being more calmed, I guess. But it still makes me nervous, seeing it up close and personal myself. And you are unique from the rest of your group, because you are the only one that has successfully made it through his prophecy. The prophecy of becoming the cursed dragon. And thankfully, because of what you managed to do before this prophecy, you are still alive after it, even though it was thought that you would have died as the dragon. And that's what makes you more powerful. It's something that Quinn doesn't want to hear. The Guardians don't either. The Guardians, they're very powerful, but they don't like to use their magic. They're much more inclined to use people's prophecies against themselves, scare them by telling them their fate. Your fate's already happened. They don't know what to do with you, Rock Crusher. And that makes you powerful. More powerful than all of the weapons that you have. I don't know what you'll do with this power. I surely hope I don't see myself on the wrong end of it. But just know that the Guardians need you all for the reset. And you, having more freedom now that you don't have to work so hard to try and fight your prophecy, you can focus on something else. Something that could save us. What that is, I don't know. But all I know is that while the rest of us, your friends, me, Quinn, have to deal with our prophecies still, you've passed yours already. So you have a lot more freedom than you think.
Thank you.
Of course. I could give you advice on what to do with it, but I trust that whatever you're planning in that head of yours is what we all need. So I won't try to give you any unsolicited advice on what you should do with this freedom that you hold.
Well, I feel this was slightly more upbeat than the others, but
Luckily, that's what happens when your prophecy's already finished. You don't have to work hard, because you already have. But be careful, because just because you have freedom doesn't mean that you are immortal. And sometimes that means you have a bigger target on your back than you think.
don't worry. I feel like this is only just getting started, really.
Of course. Just be smart, Rock Crusher. Be very smart.
When am I not?
I don't know if you're joking or not, but just know that the whole world is on your back. All of yours, but for now, yours specifically. Until the others can overcome theirs as well.
Good thing I'm pretty strong then.
Harlow said the same thing.
I'm stronger than he was.
Of course.
Alright. Cheers.
Good luck, Rock Crusher. I hope to see you again.
Should I be like giving donations or something as well? Or is it like a... I'd feel pressured to... Should I tip?
No, Rock Crusher.
Okay, for you. Okay, thank you. I'm kind of broke. Alright. Cheers, man.
Of course. Is there anything that all of you, while still by yourselves, is there anything else that you guys would like to do?
Yeah, sleep for a bit.
Baby time.
Just a quick question. The shipment that's going out to the whatever the fuck it's called, what is it, Blackjack's like egotistical ball, something like
Something
that.
like that.
Is that tomorrow in game? You know.
In game. The shipment that the group already has is in the Ace of Spades, and that got there, according to Nux, early yesterday. And the shipment to, I actually don't have off the top of my head what the ball is called. Shit. Hold on. Because it's not as, I'll find it, but that is happening in 3 days.
Okay, so the ball itself, it's where is it? And then the Solaire?
Oh, solitaire ball. That's what they called it.
Solitaire. There's no T in there. That's the.
Oops.
I want to fix that.
My bad, bro.
So
I'll fix that.
solitaire ball taking place in Blackjack's Manor. Okay, so that's in 3 days. But you know what? Hey, Rock. This is a Henry though. It's just the joke is that we have found that this stuff is very flammable. So I'm just saying, I think you know what to do.
Sorry, what
I'm sure he's
What
gonna
stuff
burn
they-
the whole fucking place down again.
the corrosion stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
You're just gonna make Maverick and Rock Crusher light everything on fire.
Yeah. So I'm just saying these shipments, if the stuff itself is very flammable, I think it should be easy to take care of.
yeah, we got this.
But can you get to it?
This is also true.
Be in a building. Buildings are also flammable.
Yes, but also a lot of the stuff. This is out of character, but I'm sure it'll be in character later on. I just kind of want to get these thoughts out, but no one's in the correct headspace to be putting these thoughts out right now.
As you're speaking, are all of you together? And I'm assuming you're taking a long rest.
I wouldn't mind taking a long rest.
Yeah. I can change out my spells.
Long rest.
Long
Yep,
rest.
Okay, so all of you can take a long rest as you guys are talking about what to do next.
Virtue, get your
Yay.
money. Don't forget your money.
Yes, so I remember.
That's gonna be the only thing Rock's gonna remember. Every long rest. Hey, Virtue, have money. Make
Hey,
sure you do that.
I was denied this. My god, that was to a treasure I cannot possess.
Oh god, this is gonna be his downfall. He's gonna be obsessed with it.
He's gonna keep
12
going over to fucking Virtue, being like, so that
Yeah,
money.
it's 1d12 plus 12. So
Yep.
Can I have my allowance?
I'm gonna, I don't know how much I feel about getting money from Quinn now, but after the information I've learned, but I'll just re-roll. I don't have a 12 on me, so I'm gonna just roll this here. Yoink. Okay. That is 18 for me.
So we are taking a long rest, though, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Oh, wait. Wait.
Okay, now I remember what you're doing.
Mhm.
Oh no, I just remembered what Jordan was doing.
Oddly vague, but okay.
For real.
Okay.
I have to say with the context
Well,
of why, it's colorful.
the arm.
Yes.
Did you read the last message, Claire, that I sent?
Oh, yeah, totally. Give me a second.
No.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, yeah. Yes, I'll allow it.
Yay! Okay, wait.
Virtue, roll a performance check.
Yes.
I remember I read the whole thing.
Don't mention that part. Performance. Me, I like efficiency in that. 18.
Fuck. I wanted it. Shit.
No.
You success. No, I did not want it to fail. You successfully paint Maverick's prosthetic arm to no longer be gray, but to be more colorful. And you all can choose exactly what design you want it to be. I won't force that.
It'll be the design on the
Yeah,
one that I sent you.
Beautiful.
The
You successfully
abstract.
do that, then.
It's abstract.
Okay.
Been a bit since you've had a paintbrush, but you got it.
I have it on me. On my person.
I have to remember. I can change out my spells.
My skills.
My spells.
Well, definitely, Claire, I now have a list of questions, and I definitely request a one-on.
With who?
Lilith and Creed.
Okay. I will.
Mom and Dad.
I will know if this
Mom
is your
and Dad.
Mama y Papa.
Family reunion.
Okay, mine.
I love how we all just decided, just like, you know what, we're done. EP.
Korea and Lilith. Right. I'll just put good luck to me.
Matt.
Good Lord.
But with everything that you've learned, and Otto, there's still a lot of spirits around, and they're all watching you all. Again, not vengeful, but they're curious. Specifically, one tiefling boy that is staring at all of you. But after you've all taken your long rest, hope you all have. So, what's the plan, guys? Where are you guys going?
You said there was a tiefling watching?
There is.
What does the tiefling look like? Like, do I recognize it? I don't remember the last time we seen a tiefling. Do I recognize this tiefling?
Roll a history check.
Like, I'm kind of thinking, like, when was the last time? Besides,
Honestly, it might be
it ain't
spade. It
fine.
might be spy, bruh. I'm thinking of.
God, if it's, oh my God, can you imagine
You'd
that?
run
I
it-
was, wait a minute, I don't just know whose spine look. What
Oh my
spine
God,
look
no,
like.
you're
then
so
you.
true.
Oh shit. Well, good luck to you, bud.
So I don't. It's an actual 20. So I don't get to
Right.
explain, like, there's a really, what looks like a royalty tiefling. Is there a royalty
Starts to
tiefling
explain.
Yeah.
So I will say you probably have seen tieflings around. I just haven't been describing them because you've been mainly working with dragons and changelings and elves recently.
I guess main character-wise, you haven't, not main
No,
character,
no,
but like
no,
main
no.
focus-wise, there's been like no
Main
tieflings
focus,
besides-
definitely not tieflings. Other than that one guy, don't remember his
Yeah.
name. This guy, he seems to be. Hold on, I can actually give you if I have my numbers correct. He seems to be like late 20s, early 30s. He has light blue skin and just spiraled horns going straight out the top of his head, black hair. He seems to be very dashing, very fashioness. Like, that's not a word, but very tasteful with his
Fashionable.
Wait,
fashionable. That's the word I was looking for. Very fashionable, very tasteful with his outfit. It kind of is reminiscent of like the showman-y changeling outfits that Ace has worn, that like other changelings have worn in the Ace of Spades. And he seems to be looking at you and talking with a what is it? A younger halfling woman that is a younger halfling girl that's standing right next to him, and they're sort of mumbling to themselves, spreading rumors, if you will. I actually don't know if that's what they're doing. You don't know if that's what they're doing.
Um, Claire, really quickly.
Oh, I forgot your fucking history check, but continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna
Like
say
a
this
second.
is when you start describing him, this sounds a lot like that one person Ace turned into. Is that what I'm looking at right now?
You'll have to describe it a little bit better because I don't.
It was okay. I wasn't told the type of horns, but it was a blue tiefling.
Yeah, if
Mm.
an Ace like had some sentimental value with this person.
Yeah, I remember, and I think we even. I don't remember. I remember I saw it once, but I don't remember if I saw him a second time.
I don't think you ever saw him a second time. I dead ass forgot that he did that, but he definitely did. And this is the changeling that is the tiefling that he shifted into. Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. Because when you said blue teeth, I was like, wait a minute.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, because like I know it was like years ago, but it still happened. I'm like, wait a minute, the fuck? Because I remember I think I was told. Yes, I always remember. Anyways, I'm probably gonna. Are they spirits or are they people?
They're spirits.
Oh, okay,
There's
yeah,
no
I
one
kind of
living
thought.
in this church other than you all.
There's no one
I
living.
mean,
I'm about to be like, Claire.
to be fair though, I think Otto might have depend unless there's like something distinct, like actually like showing that one's a spirit, one's person. I don't think Otto has a good easy time distinguishing from the two.
To you, because you're still like adjusting to your true sight, you know that like most spirits form as like a transparent like teal silhouette of who they were when they were alive. You definitely saw with Nux, but
Hmm.
you still have a difficult time. You have to like, really think about distinguishing between spirits and not. So you can't really tell like if you're just not thinking about it. When you're actively looking through your true
Remember.
sight, you can see it.
Okay, I'm gonna go over to them.
You see as you sort of get up, and this is after all of your long rests, by the way. It's either
Okay.
in the middle of the night. You can choose if it's during your watch, if everyone's awake. If you want to do this
Um,
alone.
I will say it's probably when everyone's awake after a long rest.
Okay. You start walking over to this tiefling, and you see that all of the spirits, which there are 5 in total, including Nux, there's the halfling woman, the tiefling, there's a dwarf, and then there's a moody elf. Oh, there's 6. There's a moody wood elf, and then there's a human man. I forgot about him. My
Okay.
bad. And they all sort of like look at you a bit weird and like caught off guard. And the tiefling does especially like sort of crossing his arms and sort of looking down at you as you're walking over to him. It's not like defensive, but it's just like curious and a little bit pompous. Little bit. Not a lot, just a little.
Yeah. I think once I'm closer, I'm gonna kind of look at them and be like, "Is there a particular reason you're staring? If you have something to say, you can say it."
Not at all. Just
Okay.
curious.
About?
What do you think?
Well, considering how I see you keep glancing over to me and my group, I'd imagine us.
Well, you're right on the money there.
So you gonna tell me what you're curious about, so maybe I can quench that curiosity, or are you just going to stare?
Nothing. I don't gotta tell you shit.
No, you don't, but you're kind of just staring like you're just first time seeing a satyr, an elephant, a dragon, and a fire genasi.
She almost called me a fire, an air genasi.
I almost did. I forgot that you're not a thing, so shh, stay in the corner.
Look, that's not me. That's not me.
Shut up.
The rest of you just see Otto arguing with a wall, literally.
I'm just looking at the fucking
I knew
wall.
this would happen at some point. I
And
saw the signs.
I'm sorry to say, but this is what spirits tend to do. Watch.
I'm aware. Just out of all the spirits, you caught my eye the most, because I've seen you before.
Amber, are you flirting
Maybe
with
not in person.
a person?
What did you just say to me?
Really caught my eye.
Because I've seen, you know what? We're gonna
It
ignore
did kind
him.
of sound flirty. It was just how you said it. It did kind of sound flirty. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
Leave my tone
really?
alone.
Bestie.
Yes, actually. I've seen you before. Granted, it wasn't you as a person, but I have seen your look before.
Where from?
Now I'm gonna need a reminder on where the hell this thing took place. I think it was by the
I think it was by a
port.
beach. Or if I'm gonna.
It was. I think.
And I believe
by
you
the-
knew. What
by the
didn't
port.
you know it was Ace because like the
I
nail
knew it was Ace.
colors?
Yes, I been knew it was Ace. I already knew it was Ace because of the
Ah, we
conversation
been
had.
knew. We been knew that it was Ace.
We knew it was Ace. It was just the fact that Ace used that form. That's what got the attention. I just wanted to remember where would the beach was, because I don't think I could just say a beach. There's probably
I'm pretty
several
sure
beaches.
if I was right, it was Erie Bay Port, but I could be just lying to you. But I'm pretty sure that's where it was.
I think it was Airbay Port.
Perfect. Look at my memory.
Yeah. Yeah. It was by Airbay Port. I know it wasn't you because I knew the person.
Someone was pretending to be me, is what you're saying.
Maybe. Do you know of the name Ace?
Make an insight check.
We love those.
As he just says with a blank expression, I don't.
Okay, plus skills. Okay, a soft 20.
He is not being truthful.
Wow.
It's at this point that
Yeah.
the little halfling girl that was right next to him, Pisa, goes, "And what's do you gotta know with him, huh? How do you know that guy?"
You're not a fucking know.
I knew Ace because Ace was someone that I saw as a friend.
Ha! Using everyone in the suits.
What'd she say?
Yous and everyone in the suits. So you and everyone in the suits saw him as a friend.
Mm.
Till he injected us
One more.
all. Turned us into monsters, then killed us. Just to take us back to the spades and use us.
You sure you're positive Ace was the one that did that?
Oh. Absolutely. I mean, no one else knows how to get there but him.
I hate to break it to you. Ace isn't, the only person that could be copied. I almost fell for the same thing.
I know Ace. And, it was him.
Mm. Can you tell me exactly what y'all, what, I'm like thinking of a question, but it's like on the tip of my tongue. As I was gonna like kind of looking at them, I was gonna look over to the group and motion for them to come over. And telepathically, I'm basically gonna give them like the rundown of what Otto is seeing and talking to them about. Basically, what Otto's learned is now being told to them.
Think you'd see Virtue perk up the most at this information, because I believe besides you is also Virtue who's had a run-in with this tiefling personality.
Yeah, and I will say Otto definitely did describe this tiefling and the group.
First, you like walk up beside Otto, kind of like looks at where Otto's looking, and then like slowly looks in that direction.
Otto, you see that the
And
tiefling does not enjoy seeing Virtue.
mm, he doesn't look too thrilled. I was like a slow look at Virtue.
Virtue makes a little face, just like I'll take the hint, and just walks away.
Wait, no, come back.
Well, it probably means I did something when I was younger, and I don't.
Oh,
Are you?
you probably killed him.
He's probably
Well, I don't.
Otto.
I...
Okay, Otto. No, not killed. Virtue was not the
Okay.
one that. Otto was already explained that she was
Are you
definitely not
sure?
the one that killed him.
No.
Tortured,
Sure.
maimed.
Tortured, maybe. Maimed, maybe. Killed,
Didn't know you had it in you.
Virtue like just looks defeated.
Also, we call it enhanced interrogation these days.
anyways,
Official
I
vocab
see.
guidelines.
I see you're not too thrilled about my friend over here.
Who would be? I know what he did to Ace. None of the others do.
Ah, I see.
His ass, I'm afraid.
I remember him coming back that night. Coming back to the circus. Hadn't seen him in a couple weeks. Came back begging for me to help him. He was a lot lighter than before. Because he wasn't eating, and because he was missing an arm. I'm sure anyone that could have saw that wouldn't like your little friend either.
No, for good reason, but everyone changes, whether you believe it or not.
Except for those that deserve to die, right?
Can you repeat what he said?
Except for
It
those
cut out
that
the ending.
deserve to die, right?
I can't say.
Looks, if yous are trying to get any informations out of us, you're not gonna get it. Only one of us fools even knows where the spades are, but no one's willing to say, so...
What would it take for you to say? Like, I was gonna, scan the group.
Well, you could ask us all, but I don't know if any of us are telling the truth or lying. You'll have to take our stories and, straighten it out from there.
Great. Alright. Shall we get to storytelling then? If y'all are willing.
Oh,
Yeah, I just imagine Virtue's just sitting here listening to this one-sided conversation. Like, what are they saying? I don't know.
they want to tell us a story.
Otto, you see Nux come by and says,
One of them, found where the Ace of Spades are. The night
Okay.
of the pyre incident. Though, being changelings, no one wants to say if they're telling the truth or not, but you could definitely try and take all their stories and see which one's telling the truth.
I mean, if we want to find where the spades are, gonna have to.
Virtue, can you torture dead people?
What?
What? Hey, I hear you. They can still hear you. I can still hear you.
Good.
I'm gonna need you not to.
No. They wouldn't.
He's really making this easy for you.
Nux says as
Dead.
they
Yeah.
sort of just
All the
slowly
time in the world, when they
walk
choose to be
away.
an asshole.
Could someone like bring Rock Crusher like outside so this doesn't make this worse?
Put him outside like a fucking dog. A little Maverick drag him outside.
Let's go on a
Riot.
walk.
Thank you.
Oh,
Oh, Jesus.
excuse me?
Can
Nothing. Sorry.
Mm,
That's what I
Rock Crusher,
thought.
are you willingly going outside?
No. I'll behave.
You sure?
Maybe. For now.
Fine.
He's
If
not
you
going to
if you don't behave, I will drag you outside.
Okay.
No
You
comment.
just hear a scream in the background.
Ah.
Do not test me.
There are 5 spirits in the room, other than Nux, but each of them has something to say about the night of the pyre.
I'm so sorry. My mother called me, so I did not hear what was said.
That is okay. There are 5 spirits in the room,
Okay.
and each of them have, or just tell you something about the night of the pyre.
Okay.
The first spirit, Piper, that, actually the first spirit, that tiefling man that you first started talking to, looks at you dead in your eyes, and you can't tell if he's being very deceptive. He seems to be telling the truth. Just says, I remember Nux being ushered away by Elena and Krista at the pyre. You see all of the spirits now are sort of collecting around. Another spirit, a grumpy dwarf that says that his name is Grant. He says, Piper and Sarvi helped bring down the corpses after the crowd disappeared. The third spirit, a moody elfin woman named Casey, says, everything that Piper says is a lie. The fourth spirit, Sarvi, a human man with longer hair, says Grant had just come back from a dance rehearsal and saw the whole thing. And the halfling woman, Piper, says,
Everything that Grant says is a lie.
what would you like to do?
I'm first gonna repeat all of this. Basically, after one person speaks, I'm gonna relay it to the party, basically just in order of how I heard it. And I would say, can I do insight checks on each of them? But could I?
Sure.
Cool. What is that? 5 rolls right there?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay.
While doing those 5 rolls, I don't remember Club being at the pyre.
Just the pyre that I stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember Club being there. I
That was
remember
more
two
really
people that did usher away Nux, but I don't think Club was one of them.
Club was not one of them. Okay.
Rock Crusher, if you want to roll a history check, you can, being the only person that actually was there.
Yeah. A little advantage. Well, actually, can anyone assist me on this one, or
No.
because I was the
I
only one
probably.
there? Straight
Yeah, no one can. No one can because we weren't there.
up. Guidance.
Maybe the little pseudo dragon
Guidance.
can.
Guidance.
Oh wait, the
I'll give
pseudo
you some
dragon
guidance.
was
I'll give you some
there.
guidance. Fine, I'll give you some guidance. You get a little
Okay.
pat on the back.
Ooh. Oh. Okay. Ooh.
Claire, would you let the pseudo
Okay.
dragon help?
No.
Fair enough.
9?
What'd you say?
9.
Right.
With the guidance?
Yeah. No, I rolled a 5.
Gotcha. You
I got a 4 on the guidance,
remember
though.
the changelings being burnt alive. Nux was there. There were 2 people with her. Yep.
Actually,
Was
wait a minute, really quickly.
2 people
I'm gonna
there.
walk over to Nux.
I think. Yeah, I don't think Club was one of them.
Nux,
Hmm.
the night of the burning that had happened, it was told that you were pulled away by 2 people. Do you remember who they were? You were ushered away.
Oh. I wish I could. I was sort of couldn't think of anything other than my mom at that point.
Okay.
I do remember that it was a girl and a guy. I remember that.
Okay. Okay. Out of character, I'm now remembering who the other person was because it
Fun.
was Joker, and it was the
Oh yeah, it was Joker.
I forgot her name, but it was the other changeling chick. It wasn't the club.
Was it Krista?
Yes, it was. Okay, really quickly. Nux, do you remember if the woman had armor?
I remember armor. Yeah, I think so. I don't remember if
Okay.
it was armor that pierced me or something else, but I'm pretty sure I was being restrained by someone in armor, and then that's when I felt that prick in my neck.
I will be right back.
I have a sneaking suspicion who that may have been.
We will say that Otto has relayed all of this to you so that you can continue.
Okay, so this one's lying.
I'm now no longer sure, so I feel like I have to go back in the depths.
Let's listen to the other ones, and if all of them sound like real bullshit.
Well, I wrote them down as they came. So, Tiefling Man. I have this stuff down. Tiefling Man ace boyfriend. I don't know. This is just what I got. So, I remember Nux being ushered away by Elena and Krista at the pyre. Grant said Piper and Sarvi helped take down the corpses after the crowd disappeared. Casey said that everything that Piper said was a lie. Sarvi said Grant had just came back from a dance rehearsal, and Piper said everything Grant says is a lie. I'm also going to point out that literally nothing here helps us. What's the point of this again?
Do you want me to tell you? Is that where I start speaking?
I'm just confused because it's like, oh yeah, one of us knows, but then we're gonna tell you information that's completely irrelevant. Like, help.
Why?
Yeah.
Why do we need to know this? We've already got a lead. We've got that ball.
Like, is it just like the person who's telling the truth is the person who knows, so everyone's playing like four truths, before lies, one truth?
Um, Basically, just to reiterate what's that halfling woman said, is that one of these spirits found out where the spades were during the pyre incident. So the person that was not at the pyre knows where the spades are. Whether you want to know where the spades are or not is up to you, but one of these spirits knows where it is.
Wait,
Nux was at
okay.
the pyre.
Please repeat that one more time. I'm sorry.
One of them wasn't at the pyre when it all went down. That one
So,
knows where the spades are. The whatever, yeah, spade.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah, knows where they are. So we got to figure out which one wasn't there. So we can rule out Nux because they were definitely there. What did the tiefling say?
wait a second.
Wait a minute.
Wait a damn minute.
Hold on a goddamn second.
I feel like that tiefling. I feel like we talked about that tiefling guy dying a while ago.
So, not the tiefling then?
Like, I'm pretty sure there was a whole thing about him being gone a while ago, and like Ace was crashing out over it.
Hmm.
Um, this feels like a memory I have. Still trying to look for it. Damn, what the fuck was that thing called? Wasn't it called like the effigy or something like that? It's not that one. It's not that one. It's not that one. Not the corrosion of hope. Not Ace of Hearts. Where the fuck is it?
Tisk tisk.
Where? Wait, no. Which one had? Man, I can't even look in D&D information because nothing's written down.
I don't know what you're talking about.
When is the? When was the effigy? Was it the Ace of Hearts?
Oh, I
Or
guess.
I think it was. Oh, this one just starts with me sobbing. Okay.
What the hell?
It says okay. This says find the effigy in the description, so I think it's.
It's clicking in my brain. Half because I also had to look back at my notes, but I have a lot of notes, so.
I have a headache. This is not very fun.
Ouch.
Alright.
I mean,
Is there?
there's a bunch
It's
of
just a tension
rude.
headache, though. So.
Oh, it's just a bunch of rude spirits. I don't know what you're talking about.
Just like chugged half my water bottle.
Wait.
I love that while we're doing this, I'm also doing.
Yeah, it said Joker. Wait, let me just see right here. Let me look. Okay, so it was a session before this. It was a session before this. We almost found it. It's this one.
Do some research.
My notes. They're coming in handy.
Where? Oh, where? Okay, wait. I see it. Where? Wait, why the fuck? Hold on. I'm looking at the transcript right now. Building we're going to said Rock Crusher Iraq War Tier Satellite Assisted.
I'm sorry.
What?
What did I say?
What did Rock Crusher do? What are you doing in Iraq, Rock Crusher?
Never asked Rock Crusher what he was doing in Iraq between 2002 and 2005.
No. No. Rock Crusher, how could you?
You actually said that. Wait, what?
Wait,
I just
say
looked
it
at the transcript.
again. What did I say?
He's like,
I'm
wait,
putting
what
this
do
in
you...
quotes.
Redacted.
Redacted.
In the interests of national security, this chat log has been redacted.
Oh my god.
It was a mix of what Ari said, but you actually said Iraq War Tier Satellite Assisted Missile Systems.
Nice.
Nice? What do you mean nice?
This episode has been brought to you by Lockheed Martin.
Wait, I wish
Oh,
I could sushi get wings, but I
Jesus
already
Christ.
have wings. What?
Best in arms manufacturers.
And then we started talking about UK Phantom. I don't. What the fuck?
I don't know if this transcript is reliable,
What
a
is-
reliable source.
Wait, Clay, can you
Wait, are
like
you
hire
looking
it?
at
You need to hire like a
transcript
court
for
stenographer for
for
this.
the session?
No, no. I actually don't know if I still have that recording, but you know, it's because the government deleted it. Yeah, that's why.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Crazy.
no.
Where? I'm just trying to find when.
Yeah, the Rock Crusher prequel, which ends up with him moving to a house quietly in the woods to live alone,
I love how we
Yeah.
just paused everything because of this.
haunted by the horrors of war.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well,
You know that door smashing open give you flashbacks,
Yeah,
Mhm.
and then he
That
decided
was
to join.
so funny though.
Okay,
Like-
everyone was trying to sneak up to him, and I was like, "Fuck!" I was like, "I broke into the motherfucker's house." Okay, I'm sorry. I'm actually not sorry.
That was
but
like the greatest moment, and like that's like the greatest moment in Cracked Elements history. I fear.
I fear it's still
What is-
talked about to this day. So
Yeah.
Let's look at
Like-
Ace,
campaign starts with Ace getting killed by a PTSD adult Rock Crusher.
that's why Ace is dead. Actually, Rock Crusher killed him. Yeah, but the moment when fucking I kicked down Rock Crusher's door because he wasn't answering. He's being brooding, bruh. Okay.
Yep.
And now look at you. If I hadn't have done that, you wouldn't have been here today.
Sure. All right, where were we going with this? What was the point of this?
Bro's looking for the.
it was Club and Joker.
Okay.
So I don't
Oh,
know how to
look,
say. I'm
look.
pretty sure the tiefling. Again, I have this written down. I'm pretty sure that fucking tiefling died a while ago. So I do not think that tiefling guy can know because he was never there. I think Casey is saying everything Piper says is a lie, and then Piper says that everything Grant says is a lie. And then Sarvi said Grant had just came back from a dance rehearsal. If we really go through, it's either that the changelings are giving us a hint and it's Sarvi.
Mm-hmm.
Because if everything Piper says is a lie, or it would be, if we do it in order, it's either that Grant is telling the truth or Sarvi's telling the truth. Because if Piper is lying, then Piper and Sarvi were never there or didn't help take down the corpses. Sarvi is the only one that said that he had just came back from a dance rehearsal.
So
So it's really
Uh,
Tiefling Man
hold on.
out of the picture.
okay.
I
You
got
weren't there.
I got the rolls, but I just need to do some quick math to make sure I added my additive. Okay, there are the rolls.
Okay, so you have no idea if the tiefling man is this guy is telling the truth or not. Just going down in order.
Yeah.
You can't really gauge because they're all spirits. But I will say that the only one that doesn't seem to be truthful is Piper.
Okay, so I was gonna look.
So Casey is being honest about Piper lying about Grant. But then if Piper's saying everything Grant says is a lie, then that would mean Grant's telling the truth. But then that would mean that he was there. And that would also mean that Piper and Sarvi was there, if that's the truth. Which then that takes out
Mhm.
Piper and Sarvi. And that takes out Grant because Grant was there. Takes out the Tiefling because I don't think the Tiefling was ever there. So it's Casey.
Yeah, sounds about right. I don't think I have any issue with that.
Yeah. Sure.
Is my logic sound? I don't
Yeah,
know.
So
it
Yeah.
sounds pretty sound. I mean, literally Casey's pointing out a lie right there, so it's definitely telling the truth because Piper is literally lying.
Yeah, if you said that Piper's the one that's lying, that means Casey's telling the truth. But then Casey is the only one mentioned because if Grant's telling the truth, because Piper's lying about Grant lying, and
Hmm.
Piper and Sarvi was there, and if Grant was there to see Piper and Sarvi was there,
Virtue, you sound like a
then there you
madman.
go. And then the tiefling was either never
You're
fucking there,
like
but
in front
also
of a
didn't
whiteboard,
have
like pointing names to each other.
Yep.
red lines in my brain on the wall. But you know, then Jordan, you have to
Ouch.
get that reference.
I do. At least I get the reference.
Good.
Well, what would you like to do, Otto?
So, okay. Just so everything can fully piece together, because, oh god, the whole rant. Okay.
Okay,
Casey's telling
Tiefling
the
Man.
truth.
Yeah, Tiefling Man is lying, and also I don't think he could have ever been there.
Yeah, because
Um,
Buddy's been dead for a while, I think.
I'm pretty sure he is dead. Grant said Piper and Sarvi was there. If Piper and Sarvi was there, that means they couldn't have known. So then Casey would be the only one left out.
Yeah. So yeah, Casey's the only one telling the truth here.
okay. So
So
Well, not that they're. It's not that they're not telling the truth. It's that the
It's
Casey
more,
is the only one that hasn't been mentioned to be there.
yeah. Okay. God, processing everything.
So what would you like to
Unless
do?
we're totally wrong about the tiefling guy being dead. But I swear
He's
I
dead.
remember before of like Ace having a whole fit, especially over the guy that ring.
I remember he spoke about. I'm feeling like. Hold on, let me go look back. Hold on, I'm gonna go look back at DMs really quick.
Oh God, that was so long ago. We'll be here
Blue,
forever.
blue tiefling.
Cause like I swear that dude was dead.
Jesus, that scared the crap out of me.
That or Ace has a really
Okay.
really bad breakup to the point that he now thinks that guy is dead.
If they're gonna keep smashing my garage door, I'm going to open it and be like, "Hey,
God, I keep forgetting you're living in the
I'm
goddamn
trying to do
garage.
something here."
Why are they smashing into your door?
Oh, well, the kids out like across the street have a like a basketball hoop thing that they use. So I don't know if like
No,
it
they're
just
actually throwing the
accidentally.
ball directly at your garage door.
Just whipping it.
Well, like it like hit it twice, so that's why I was like,
You're about to be an old grandpa running out there. Get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn!
You damn
well, no,
kid.
He's dead.
they're nice. It would just be more so to make me be like, hey, like I'm doing stuff in here because I have like a bench out, like there's like an art bench out here that I've been using because it's like it's I have more space on it to like work on, um, especially stuff for like my art homework, which I'm doing like also right now while we're doing this, um, because I can
I mean, yeah,
comprehend stuff.
you've had plenty of time to think as we've been researching.
Yeah, because I can comprehend stuff while I'm doing art stuff. If I was like reading something or like writing, that's a different story. But it's just like keeping my hands occupied. If that makes sense.
Unless if you really want to argue if it is the tiefling because he was absolutely not there 1,000%
Okay, what did the tiefling guy say then?
Tiefling guy lied saying that Club and Krista took away Nux.
Okay, so that's a lie.
Well, yes, but we're not doing who's lying. We're trying to figure out who wasn't there. If Tiefling guy died a while ago, then he wasn't there.
Okay, so forget about him. Disregard everything he's said.
Well, yeah, but the point is we're
We'll
trying to
say.
figure out who wasn't there. Because who wasn't there might know where they
Mm-hmm.
are. But I think
Oh, okay. Well, ask us some more questions then.
so it's like only I could see spirits and talk to them,
Yeah.
but at the same time when I do they try killing me. So maybe
Well,
I
I
should take
mean,
that back.
I fear there's plenty of spirits out there that would want you dead, so.
It's getting quite tedious.
This happens every time Claire throws a puzzle.
My head
We're gonna
hurts.
be here for the next 2 hours.
Well, I could just say, go with your gut. Who do you think
Because
knows where they are?
What's that stopping us from just because okay, if we're doing this purely based off who lied to us, Piper flat out lied. Period.
Piper was there.
yeah, okay, so here, let me point this out. So Piper said that everything Grant said was a lie. Grant said Piper
She
and
might be lying.
Sarvi, and then we found out that Piper was lying through Ari's insight.
Yes.
If Grant, so if Piper's lying about Grant lying, then that means Piper and Sarvi were there to take down the corpses after the crowd disappeared.
So they
Yeah.
were there. So we can
But
forget about
then
all three
that
of
would
them.
also mean that Grant was there as well. So that is three of them. That takes it down to Casey and this tiefling guy.
And we know the tiefling guy died a while ago. So it leaves him.
Did it?
And what did the other guy say?
Everything Piper says is a lie.
Okay, well that's a lie.
No, Piper did lie.
No, yeah,
Oh,
she was telling the truth.
okay.
Casey told Kate what Casey said was correct because Piper had lied.
Yeah.
Okay. But the
When it
tiefling guy
comes to
also lied to us, so
the
that
thing,
means Casey's the only one telling the truth, but Casey might have also been there, which means we need to
Mm-hmm.
question both of them a bit more. We
yeah,
need to
but my
find out
thing is,
where Casey was.
We throw all of them off to the side and we find these two, and we're like, okay, you two.
Okay. No,
yeah, my
there's no more. Okay, that's it. We need to question these two more. Forget about the
okay.
other three. Ask this
All
other
right, well,
one where they were.
Otto
Okay.
likes to.
It's been like an hour.
I'm imagining Otto's ushering away like three of them, even though they're fucking spirits. Is like, all right, you three over there.
They don't move, but they stop talking.
Okay, fair enough.
Punishment.
What? Okay, what exactly do we ask in particular? Because we've narrowed it down to these two.
We need to ask Casey where he was when he died, because he's the only one we know. In fact,
Not
been
where he
telling the
died.
truth.
No, where Casey was during it.
Yeah.
Well, fair enough. During the night of the pyres, where I imagine they probably died.
Yeah. Casey, where were you? Like during it?
I was at the pyre, like I said.
I told you. Called
Okay,
it.
what I mean, like more in like, what were you doing at the pyre? Like, what exactly?
Dying.
Well, I was walking past trying to get to the Ace of Hearts, and then I saw a big crowd of people. And I don't believe that they actually set the fire yet until I had left, but I do remember there being 4 corpses surrounding this pole of sorts, and they were going to be set on fire. Then I left.
That checks out. How
This is
many
gonna be.
people did I save? It was just like the two of them, wasn't it?
Make a history check.
15?
Really?
It was 3.
Oh,
To be
we
fair,
got 2 fucking liars. God damn it.
Well, no, I
be
might have
fair, though,
failed. Might have failed to get one of them.
that, and also like perspective as well, because how it works is like there's 3 people around it circle. So if she's looking dead on in front of it, they would only see 3 people.
Well, yeah, but they said 4.
I think it's a bit less nuanced than that.
Mm.
Casey said
Okay.
4.
But then again, even if they're not lying, they said, even if they're lying about the number of people, they said they were. In fact, there.
Okay.
But they could be lying about being there.
Well, they could
And
be.
then
But we know for a
what are
fact
we?
that the tiefling guy died way before the night of the pyre.
Yes, but just because he died before the pyre doesn't mean that his spirit couldn't have seen it.
And also doesn't mean that he does. Well, I mean, and also doesn't mean that he doesn't know where the spades are.
How about we just ask him? How about that? How about we just ask him? How'd you like that?
He's the only one with main character energy here, so I guess we could ask him.
Ah,
He's animated slightly different. He must be.
Of course, yeah.
so what? Just
Yeah.
ask him where it is.
Yeah.
And then you can insight check him. I don't know.
I guess we can try. All right.
Guidance for the inside checks.
Huge.
I guess I will ask him if he knows where the spades are, and if so, if he could tell us.
He just sort of looks at you and then looks at the other spirit and says, you really don't believe him, do you? Well, I definitely wasn't at the pyre, but I don't know where they are, but this might help you. And he holds out an Ace of Spades card to you, Otto. And it's that transparency that he is as well, but he still holds it out to you as if you could take it.
I'm gonna make a face, but I guess I'll try to reach for it. I'm kind of leaning on it's a gag joke, but I'll still reach for it.
We're like,
Right. He's reaching.
Yeah, you
She's gonna get possessed.
You press onto the card, and as you do, starting from where your fingertips press onto it, it sort of materializes into a physical card in your hand that the rest of you can see. And he says, I may have been from the circus, but I don't lie. A
But
lot.
you're the real clown.
A lot. You did lie about Krista being there.
And then all 6 of the spirits disappear.
So
Oh, they're
it
gone.
was Casey, probably.
And I'm gonna.
But we got a card.
Alright,
What is,
cool.
okay, is there looking over the card? Is there anything special about it besides obviously being an ace of cards?
Is there anything special about it? Well, you flip over the card to look at the backside, and you see that there's writing on it.
Okay.
Was it right?
And it says this.
Oh,
I DM'd it to you.
Yay! When the water fades, the shadows linger, reach the stillness, and the path reveals itself, but only after disturbing the dead.
So it was him! Because he's the only one that couldn't be there because he was dead. Yes! It's in between them.
Okay. Well, Otto's gonna hold up the card and obviously telepathically tell them what basically Otto just read.
So now I ask.
Could you send it to me?
It's in
Sure.
general. So it's in information.
Hey, either way. Now I must
I believe it
ask,
is.
what
That's that requires sending cryptic messages.
what is all of your game plans? What are you going to do?
Well,
fully up
we
to
need
you.
to get stuff for this ball. We need to dress appropriately.
I think we're fine with clothes.
Speak for yourself. I can't wear the same outfit twice.
You can literally make yourself look like you're wearing a whole different outfit. Your
Yes.
wardrobe is endless.
It's not the same, okay? I might need that spell.
I think you'll live.
Yeah, I will.
Great, so we don't need to
But I want to look good doing it. Okay, but other than that,
really quickly, Claire, did Nux also leave?
Yes, Nux is gone.
Damn.
I think we should. Okay, so we have 2 days at this point before this ball.
Yes.
but it was
We
free.
know.
That was
That-
before
Oh.
you slept.
True.
We know that one of these shipments is at the Spades, and I'm pretty sure that was used to test it out before the other shipment arrived at the solitaire ball.
No. You'd have Creed told you that, incorrect. Because I'm only just saying this because Creed did.
Extremely loud, incorrect buzzer.
Creed said that there were 2 shipments, and both of them equally as capable.
I'll be back in a moment.
Said that it is a poison not transferable by injection, but just by ingesting it, which makes it more lethal.
And
Yeah, okay, I only got the testing bit because I assume the Ace of Spades are kind of the first testing round for it, because of what was said about from Nux and the one guy being taken out the cell because he wasn't contaminated to go and test out this new thing. That's the only reason why I used the word test.
I will
But we know
let you plan from here. Sorry for the interruption.
it's okay. It's okay. We know one of the shipments went there, and quite frankly, I don't know if they're going to infect everyone at once.
I mean, it put in 2 cents. It's a ball. You normally serve food there. I
not
feel
the
like it'd
ball.
be.
I'm talking about the Ace of Spades. Sorry.
Oh. Okay, then yeah, that's a different story then.
And just a quick reminder, Claire, where was Where did Lilith say that Cadence was going?
And Cadence is in the Ace of Spades. Or she didn't see the Ace of, or Cadence in the Ace of Spades, but when she was in the capital, they said that they were taking Diamond to the Ace of Spades.
Yeah, I think we should go to the Ace of Spades.
How quick that changed.
No, I was leading up to there because I think we should, if we can, destroy whatever we can find that hasn't been consumed yet.
Yeah, no, I get that part, but just the way you said it so fast after that information just made it so much funnier.
And I'm back.
Welcome back.
So, Henry, I think we should go to the Ace of Spades not only to try and destroy whatever of the shipment has not already been consumed, but the fact that Cadence is there. And I'm really hoping that Cadence is in the corrosion by now, since that happened 2 days ago? Or no,
Like
a day ago.
a day ago. You didn't have a full hour or a full 24 hours pass before you slept again. Y'all have just been a bit eepy today.
Okay, yeah. We've also got this cryptic message to try and figure out before we can find that place.
Yeah, where the water fades, the shadows linger, reach the stillness, and the path will reveal itself, but only after disturbing to dead. This seems like a graveyard, but not. Can I? Where water fades, the shadows linger. You know, with my knowledge of Vaus area,
Right?
I do not personally have this knowledge, but Virtue does.
Sure.
So I need a little help here. Can I roll a history?
Sure. What for?
So when I'm looking for where water fades, the shadows linger, reach the stillness and the path reveals it, but only after disturbing the dead. So we're gonna have to disturb the dead in some way, but it's like where water fades, the shadows linger. So, but saying water fading means that there was once water there. So is there anywhere that like there was water and now it's gone? Where like water would fade?
Roll a history check.
That was a trick. My dice popped up and landed on my phone. Wow. It's gonna be a soft 20.
The only water that you know of in Vaus is the giant man-made waterfall, or the river that is in the center of Vaus. And though you yourself haven't gone much farther past Vaus, that's the only source of water here.
Well, I was saying where water fades.
Like, it could be like the end of a stream.
But you said it was a river, and rivers don't really end.
You've never
Start
seen the
of-
end.
Well, rivers can still end. It normally just ends, to either another water source or becomes like a smaller stream.
Yeah, where water fades, the shadows linger, reach the stillness. So I'm guessing
The
Up-
stillness of night.
Could be like a lake or something.
Maybe. Ooh,
Yes.
yeah.
Because rivers can flow into lakes.
Shadows linger, though. That might be like shadows linger, stillness, dark
Forest.
night.
I'm being very literal.
yeah, where the water is this where the water fades is where it's getting me.
A shore, like a beach, like the edge of the water.
Okay. We could try that. Reach the stillness and the path will reveal itself, but only after disturbing the dead.
So a graveyard at night next to a lake. Running theory?
About as good as I get. My weakness, riddles. Uh,
And
Back to back.
I
And then
say
play-
lake. I say lake because even though like rivers, like the two big things that rivers run into, oceans and lakes. However, with stillness, oceans don't ever really tend to be still. They have a lot more movement than lakes do. Lakes, more often than not, can have and because I've seen this in person, the water on top can be completely just flat, just like a piece of glass.
I am familiar with the concept of lakes.
Yes.
I'm familiar with the
I'm
concept.
just like, and I'm just
He
like,
legit live in the woods, probably next to one.
Uh,
Yeah, so I'm
technically, though,
guessing.
haven't we already
So
disturbed the dead, though?
yeah, I don't think it's the
Because they-
graveyard. It
They
says
gave us this card.
yeah, but it said where the water fades, so it could refer to like the transition into something else, like a lake, or a
Wasn't there a big river near
yes, I only know the river,
the
but I never
buildings?
followed it. Which means this might actually be a location outside of Faust, which is interesting.
Where was it? You know, the big buildings. You know, with the tower and all that. There was like a fountain or something, wasn't there?
No, that's not.
That's the
Stillness.
source. That's the
Yeah.
start of the
Okay.
river.
So we'd have to. I guess we could follow it opposite of that direction and see what happens.
Well,
Want to do that?
I can do a little reconnaissance.
Okay. In character mode. So are we
I-
just going to be following this river now?
Well, I could do this solo. I can sort of just go for a fly. I'd probably be able to get it done in a lot more time than you guys could just walking.
Alright.
How
Oh,
about we? Yes, but it still would be good if we were making our way over there. If Rock would want to, we could start walking that direction, and then Rakusha could scout ahead, and then the moment he knows anything, he can come back to us, so that we don't have to make the long trek.
I mean, I can also just do a pseudo dragon as well.
Yeah, but how fast do you pseudo dragons?
That's a great question. Let me go look at that.
Not as fast as me.
How fast are you?
Bro's having competition with a tiny dragon.
50 feet movement speed, so dashing is 100 feet every 6 seconds.
What, flying?
Yeah.
Well, you beat it by 30.
Yeah.
Damn!
It's like, fuck yeah, dude. So what will you all be doing, huh?
How about Rakusha, you could scout while we make our way towards the river itself, and then
I can swing back around and if I find anything.
yes.
Alright. We good? We all good?
I think so.
Alright, let's go. I will take to the skies.
So are you all heading out of the church?
Yep. Or at least I know I am.
I leave the church, then I take to the skies.
Thank you.
I
Gotta
was,
respect. Gotta respect it.
No,
I was able to
I
change
just,
my spells.
I just
right?
Superman blast through the roof.
Please no. My beautiful artistry.
That's Creed.
I think Creed would have a fit.
Creed gets
was,
killed by falling debris.
Oh,
Yes.
I was able to change my spells though, right? Because we took them off.
Yes, you were.
Okay. Yay! Okay, I was making sure because I did change them, but I was like, wait, did I? So I got a little confused for a second because we jumped straight from long rest to
Action.
this.
Yes.
Yes.
I will say before you all like officially leave, Virtue Lilith will accompany you still, but Kree just sees you out. Still, obviously not used to giving any sort of physical contact, but he does take your hands and just gives them a firm squeeze and a gentle smile.
Thank you. I'll be sure to go to you if I need help.
He nods and lets you all leave the church as you head down the river. Rock Crusher speeding off very quickly. And as you start making your way down this very musty, crusty, disgusting river covered in old garbage, oil, it's very nasty. As you guys begin walking, you all hear this loud blaring sound booming from over your heads. And Rock Crushers, you are a ways down the river at this point, not with the rest of the party, but as you're flying, you can hear this as well. This new noise sends a flood down the echoes of the city. You have heard it before back when you were with Ace, and you could tell that it is some sort of announcement that is beginning to be prepared in front of the Capitol. Though all of you are ways away from that, you can still see in the distance and hear what is being said. And what is being said, very echoey, very loud, and very booming over the whole city. You just hear, "Ladies and gentlemen of Vaus, this is your governor speaking. I never thought that I would have to say this anymore, but your lives are once again at risk. The serial killer, once known as Tavli, has once believed to have perished, is alive. I repeat, he is alive and he is in the city. Not only that, but it is believed that his true identity of this killer is not what was previously believed. The killer is not just an elf, but a changeling as well.
Oh, God damn it.
The same one that was wanted for the crimes committed by the mysterious changeling, as you all have called it. It is believed that they are one and the same. But do not fear. Our officials have been working tirelessly to ensure that you all are safe, and the old killer and the changelings have been taken care of properly. If you have any information on the matter, please send a letter out to any of our officials, and they will gladly help you. While there is not a lot to trust out in the streets right now, trust us. Trust me to take care of you the best that I can. May the day bring you wealth, and all hail to the Bonafets." And that's where we'll end the session.
Okay, Hitler.